Hi, my name is Dr. Kali Conley. I'm a professor of psychology at the University of California, Santa Barbara. Today, my graduate students and I would like to talk with you a little bit about your brain. During the last few years, psychologists have made huge strides in understanding the brain and how it develops. We're going to share with you some of the most transformative research in our field, focusing on your brain and some of the best ways to help it grow and flourish. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about your belief right now. Do you believe the amount of intelligence you have is unchangeable? What about the type of intelligence you have? Is that changeable? Is your current intelligence, the state of your brain as it exists right now, the biggest factor in determining your success at college? Well, until fairly recently, most scientists believe that intelligence is unmalleable, unchangeable, and that the brain does not change much after childhood. They used to believe that your brain and the way it works was fully established and set by the time you got to college. Turns out this belief was wrong, wrong, wrong. Most advances in neuroscience over the last decade tell us that it is not true. Your brain can and does change throughout your life. The brain is adaptable and can be molded like plastic. The technical term for this is neuroplasticity. What is neuroplasticity?
Like Dr. Connolly mentioned, neuroplasticity is the process by which your brain changes throughout your life. There are two main things you need to know about neuroplasticity. First, the more you do something, think something, or feel something, the more your brain changes to make those processes easier the next time they occur. If an action or thought pattern is repeated enough, it can become automatic due to neuroplasticity's ability to create new pathways in your brain. These make regularly occurring thoughts, feelings, and behaviors more accessible and efficient. Second, neuroplasticity causes the brain to grow in response to persisting through challenges, failures, and difficulties. College will help your brain grow by exposing you to many new challenges and difficulties. You see, research shows that your brain acts a lot like a muscle. You know how difficult physical exercises make your body feel sore? Well, that soreness is the feeling of your muscles building to become stronger. The same thing happens in your brain at a cellular level. When neurons or brain cells need to struggle and strain, they develop deeper and stronger connections. Let us show you how this works. This picture depicts the neurons of a child's brain at birth. As the child develops, though, struggling to talk, interact, and understand, it leads to a very different brain. The child developed deeper and stronger connections between many more neurons by persevering through the intellectual, social, and emotional challenges of early childhood. This struggle is an important part of neuroplasticity. Constantly being challenged and exposed to new stimulating things creates a more complex and robust brain. Neuroplasticity has been clearly documented in the human brain, and research has unequivocally demonstrated that you can change your brain for the better. So what does this mean for you? It means that you absolutely can enhance your intelligence. Like a muscle, your brain gets stronger when you challenge it. Remember this next time you encounter intellectual challenges.
So now we know that thanks to neuroplasticity, your brain continues to change throughout your life, and your intelligence is indeed malleable. But why is this important for you entering college? Well, understanding that intelligence grows with small, challenging steps can transform your academic success. In fact, psychologists have found that persisting through challenges is precisely when you become more intelligent. The key is having a growth mindset.
Having a growth mindset can be the key to improving intelligence through challenging situations. To understand what a growth mindset is, take a look at what happens in the brain when two different students encounter a challenging problem.
A group of scientists at Michigan State University measured the brain as the students encountered errors on a cognitive task. The picture on the left shows the brain of students with a fixed mindset. It is inactive, not processing or responding to errors. As we know, this means that it is not growing. But take a look at the student brain on the right. It is extremely active. This student has a growth mindset and is vigorously processing, learning from, and correcting errors. As a result, the student's brain and intelligence is growing. A fixed mindset is the belief that the type and amount of intelligence you have is predetermined. It is the opposite of the growth mindset. A growth mindset, on the other hand, is the belief that the type and amount of intelligence you have can be enhanced. Understanding the benefits of your brain's neuroplasticity and believing you can become more intelligent by persisting through challenges, that's the growth mindset.
Believing in a growth mindset means knowing that the brain grows from challenges and failure. Figuring out new problems stimulates brain growth, and using new knowledge over and over makes it more accessible to you. So to recap, neuroplasticity is the ability of the brain to change, and a growth mindset is believing in that change.
Thanks so much for learning about the malleability of intelligence with us. So before we close, here are a few questions for you to consider. How can you use your understanding of neuroplasticity to your advantage? How can you remind yourself to have a growth mindset? How can you use your belief in a growth mindset to help you meet your challenges? The science is in on neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is real. If we believe our brain, our ability, and our intelligence grows when challenged, then we can take full advantage of neuroplasticity and college.
This knowledge can change the way that you think about the challenges that you encounter in your first year of college. When you're having a hard time, feeling stuck or frustrated, when your homework feels almost impossible, remembering that these are exactly the times when the brain is building new neural networks, becoming stronger and more efficient.
So be sure not to avoid intellectual challenges. Rising to the occasion, embracing setbacks, and challenging yourself is the only way to get a stronger brain and ultimately become a more intelligent you.